the Dodgers as they take on the Washington Nationals. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Friday evening to you, wherever you may be. Welcome to Game 1 of the three-game series with the Nationals. You may or may not remember, a year ago in May, remember the Dodgers had a 13-game winning streak at home? It was the Washington Nationals that knocked them off the tracks. Well, the Nationals come tonight, where the Dodgers have already been nudged off the tracks by the San Diego Padres. For the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw against left-hander John Lennon. Kershaw has been lights out of late. In fact, from early May, 5-0 at Dodger Stadium to add to his 10 victories this year. We'll get to the ball game. We'll have it all coming up for you right after this.
Three with the Washington Nationals before they hit the road. We're here at Dodger Stadium. Let's get to Alexis pursuing perfection. We don't get a chance to see Steven Strasburg on the DL, but baseball in pretty good shape, especially with him.
Well, I just think that this guy was the most exciting aspect of baseball all season long. Very anticipated wait to the big leagues, and when he got here, he didn't disappoint. His first start against Pittsburgh, 14 strikeouts, didn't walk a single guy, and he, everywhere he goes, the stadium sells out. Obviously on the DL right now, but you look around baseball, look at the cornerstones of a lot of different organizations right now, and look at the ages of some of these guys. Buster Posey, I think the Dodgers have already seen enough of that kid at just 23 years old. Pedro Alvarez, Mike Stanton's a guy with a tremendous power. Jason Hayward, before the season started, was the guy who got all the publicity as far as Rookie of the Year is concerned. But if Posey keeps hitting the way he's hitting and gets another 50 games under his belt, he'd be my vote.
Okay, so you're picking Posey. Every time I'm about to ask the question, you answer it before I get to it. So you take Posey over Hayward right now?
I think, Hayward got off to a great start. He's hitting right around 250, so he's not setting the world on fire as far as his average. Posey's a guy that came in and set the world on fire for a team that's playing very, very well right now. And if he continues that up, I think he'd be a good bet.
Well, we got a guy taking the mound tonight, only 22 years old. Last couple of years here at Dodger Stadium, Clayton Kershaw has been dominating. Hitters hitting under 200. We'll see how he does. He takes the hill. When we come back, Vince Scully has the call.
They'll then go out on the road to Philadelphia and Atlanta before returning home to play Colorado and Cincinnati. For the Dodgers trying to bounce back after the letdown of losing last night, so that they were on a treadmill after 4 games with the Padres. They split them, and they remain 8 games back of San Diego. For Washington, well, they're having fun going through the schedule. They're 14.5 games behind Atlanta. But Joe Torre and the Dodgers, here is the Washington lineup they'll have to contend with tonight. Justin Maxwell in center field, Ian Desmond at shortstop, and Ryan Zimmerman at third. The #1 thumper in the National League with 28 home runs, Adam Dunn at first base. Josh Willingham in left field, Michael Morse in right field, Pudge Rodriguez behind the plate, Alberto Gonzalez at second base, and John Lannon will be on the mound. On the mound for the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw, with a record of 10-6 in his last 16 starts. He is 9-4, and here at Dodger Stadium, in his last 8 home starts, that goes back to the 9th of May, he is 5-0, where the opposition has hit 197 against him. He is 2-1 lifetime against Washington, and he'll look at a lineup with only one left-hand hitter, and that would be Adam Dunn. So the Nationals, who are certainly a ball club that would appear to be going in the right direction. For instance, they have 48 victories as they take the field tonight. And for Jim Riggleman, that is a definite improvement. You know, Washington did not win their 47th game last year until September the 6th. So Jim, a great guy who is with the Dodgers, and he is piloting the ball club, and we welcome him back with open arms. Although I'll bet you when he comes back here, he has a painful memory. I'll tell you why in a minute. The first pitch to Justin Maxwell, in for a strike, 0-1. When Jim Riggleman was coaching the Dodgers, along with Glenn Hoffman, Hoffman had a fungo bat in his hands and was hitting fungos to the infield. The strike one pitch to Maxwell is low, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Jim minding his own business, so was Hoffy, who swung the fungo bat and caught Riggleman right across the nose and broke his nose. Well, welcome back. He has survived that, thank goodness. And the 1-1 pitch to Justin Maxwell is off the plate. 2-1 the count to the young center fielder out of the University of Maryland. He was born in Bethesda and a very bright kid. He had a 4.0 grade point average at a high school. The next pitch to him is a little low, and the count runs to 3-1. Maxwell was headed to Harvard, but in his senior year, Maryland offered him a baseball scholarship, and so there he went. 3-1 pitch. Justin swings and doesn't get it, and the count 3-2. Another thing about Maxwell, he is well put together. He is 6'5", 245 pounds, with a spread eagle stance bent at the knees. Swings and misses, and down he goes. So Maxwell strikes out, one away. We'll take a look at the Dodgers with the leather. Posednik, Kemp, and Ethier. The infield, Blake and Carroll, Terrio and Loney. And the battery, Brad Osmus, putting on the gear to handle Clayton Kershaw. So one away. And the batter now is Ian Desmond. Desmond hitting .260. He has 7 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Right hand hitter waiting, and the first pitch by Kershaw in for a strike, and the count to Ian 0-1. Ian's a Florida fella, originally drafted by the Expos 6 years ago. A standout player in Sarasota High School. 55-foot curveball bounces in the dirt, and the count 1-ball and 1 strike. So Clayton Kershaw trying to get the Dodgers back on track. The pitching for the Dodgers has been outstanding. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Soft curveball off Kershaw's foot, deflected to Loney, who can't get it to Kershaw, and to first base goes Desmond. That is the competitor in Kershaw to stick his foot out to try and slow the ball down. Don Drysdale used to do that, and by doing that, it took away a possible chance for an out from Ryan Terrio. So Desmond is aboard. It'll go as a base hit, and the batter will be Ryan Zimmerman. So Ian Desmond singles off the foot of Kershaw, and now the right hand hitting third baseman Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman, a big guy at hitting .301 with 21 home runs, 61 runs batted in. Outstanding player, and had a great year last year. He takes high ball 1. Last year he was an all-star. He got his first gold glove, and he also got a silver bat playing third base. He had 33 home runs, 106 RBIs, and hit a very solid .292. And he was born in Washington, D.C. The 1-0 pitch on the way, and Zimmerman takes high. Looking back at Kershaw's work, Ryan Zimmerman is 3 for 7 against him. That would be a .429 batting average. So Zimmerman waiting. His rookie year, he had everybody's attention. You knew a star had arrived. In 2006, Zimmerman became only the 3rd National League rookie in 53 years to have more than 100 RBIs. He had 110. Who were the other two? How about Mike Piazza and Albert Pujols? The 2-0 pitch coming up. Kershaw deals and he misses away. So he went 3-1 to Maxwell. Eventually struck him out. Now falls behind 3-0 to Zimmerman. And the big gun is on deck. Big in more ways than one. And that, of course, is Adam Dunn. Up and Adam, and indeed he is. Kershaw ready. 3-0 pitch, and that's in for a strike. And the count 3-1. No score, first inning. Ryan Zimmerman trying to get something started for the Nationals. The Nationals are 9-11 since the All-Star break. What makes it somewhat impressive, of the 20 games, they only had 6 at home. And the pitch is very high, and Zimmerman walks. So you have runners at first and second with 1 out, and the National League home run leader, Adam Dunn, coming up.
Baseman, number 44,
Adam Dunn with 28 home runs, 71 runs batted in, hitting .277. No surprise. He's a big guy who hit 46 home runs for the Reds a few years ago. Adam stands 6'6" and checks in at .275. Holds that bat out almost like a television antenna. He'll hold it straight arm and high up in the air. Just part of his style. So Adam describes himself as a small town redneck hick, but he's anything but. And he's been around long enough. He is a terrific threat hitting the first pitch. And Kershaw deals way inside. Ball 1, 1-0. With 1-0, Adam Dunn gives you a lot to think about. Just a couple of things about him. On a 1-0 count, he is hitting .483. He has not been very good, however, with runners in scoring position. He has a .215 batting average then and strikes out at a rate of 33%. So let's check. With his 28 home runs, he has struck out 132 times. So that's the road to get him. So 2 on, 1 ball and no strikes. Kershaw struggling a little bit fighting the strike zone. Left-hander ready and deals. Dunn swings, doesn't get it, and the count 1-1. When Dunn swings and misses, that's not news. He is second in the league in swinging and missing. Of course, again, feast or famine. He strikes out a lot, but he also hits him out of sight. So Dunn waiting, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kershaw ready, back with a fastball inside under the hands. Ball 2, 2-1. With his 130 some odd strikeouts this year, Dunn has been that way before. He has struck out as many as 195. That was the year he had the 46 home runs. 2-1 pitch on the way. Kershaw delivers, and it's swung on, fouled away, and the count 2-2. Big grin on Dunn's face as he shot one off the protective railing. Almost got a couple of Dodgers, including Ted Lilly, is draped on the railing with Chad Billingsley. 2-2 the count to Adam Dunn with Josh Willingham on deck. Dunn wide open stance, right foot on its way to first base, and then he swings that right leg back into action, takes one low. So Kershaw went 3-1 to the leadoff man, went 3-1 on Zimmerman and walked him, and he comes back 3-2 with Dunn. You don't figure to have the runners going 3-2 and 1 out with a guy who has struck out 132 times. Also, he's basically a fly ball hitter. He's only grounded into 3 double plays. Runners do not go, and the pitch is fouled away off to the left, and it's still 3-2 to Adam Dunn. He's out of Houston, Texas. That's where he was born, but he was raised in Porter, Texas. That's a town of about 7,000, maybe 40 miles north of Houston. And in Porter's main thoroughfare, there's Dunn Lane. It's a road that has 9 houses, all of which are occupied by relatives of Adam Dunn. 3-2 is swung on, and another shot going down the right field line and in there. So Dunn hits a bullet down in the right field line, and just like that, the Washington Nationals are out in front, 3-0. Boy, Adam Dunn hit it right down the line for his 29th home run. He now has 74 runs batted in, and just like that, the Nationals strike for 3. So Kershaw got a fastball out over the plate. Dunn doesn't have a big long swing. He kind of tentatively walked down the first baseline. He just turns that massive torso of his, 275 pounds behind it, and it just whistled its way inside the right field foul pole. So the batter now is Josh Willingham, and he takes a curveball for a strike. So the Dodgers in a hole. Adam Dunn, 29th home run, and it's 3-0 Washington. Another breaking ball low, 1-1. For years and years and years, when the Washington Senators were in the American League, it was always said first in war, first in peace, and last in the American League when they had only 8 teams. The Washington Nationals are a ball club that certainly would appear to be going in the right direction. We told you that, among other things, they've already won far more games than they did last year. They've already won 48. They didn't win 47 until September 6th. Pitch low, and so there's Kershaw behind again. 3-1 to Josh Willingham. 3 runs, 2 hits for the Nationals. Kershaw ready, delivers, and it's popped in the air, foul behind the plate and back into the stands. So still 3-2. For the Washington Nationals, they are 11-17 against left-hand starters. Of course, the Dodgers aren't doing very well. They're 15-20 against left-handers. 3-2 pitch, little ground ball to the right side. Up with it there is Theriot to take care of Willingham. That's the second out in the inning. Kershaw is laboring. He's already made 27 pitches with 2 out, and Michael Morse coming up. Michael Morse out of Fort Lauderdale, but he was born in Jamaica. In fact, he became the first native of the nation of Jamaica to play in the big leagues. His mom was a professional tennis player, but he says she was more like a drill sergeant. Morris takes a pitch high, ball 1. He's another big fella. He's 6'5", 225 pounds. Michael Morse, M-O-R-S-E, originally drafted by the White Sox, holds up on a check swing, but it's a bum check, and Jim Joyce says swing, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Interesting story about Michael Morse. He and a group of friends were eating lunch in a Miami restaurant, and they looked over, and there was Alex Rodriguez having lunch by himself. Well, Morse wanted to be a big league player. Then he saw Rodriguez go to the men's room, so he got up and went over, and they were in the bathroom standing in front of the sink. And he introduced himself. Mr. Rodriguez, I'm Mike Morse. I just got drafted by the White Sox. Pitch is swung on and missed to the plate. That'll be for Mike. By the way, Alex Rodriguez picked up the luncheon tab for Michael Morse and his friend. Adam Dunn has picked up more than the tab. It's 3-0 Nationals. over 800. I mean, it's out of sight. And then in the first inning, he hits one out of sight. A line drive right down the right field line for a big 3-run home run. So for Clayton Kershaw, Adam Dunn leaving the field to go back into the dugout. I'm not sure if when they were throwing the ball around the infield, the throw got away. But apparently it struck somebody in the Washington National dugout. And Dunn left his position to come in to find out if whomsoever it was is okay. The timeout, but somebody is hurt. Remember, it was just a few days ago when Carlos Monasterio was struck in the head by a line drive. I'm only guessing that it was an errant throw that went into the dugout and hit somebody. And apparently it is serious enough to stop the game. And for Jim Riggleman and the rest of his anxious teammates, although we can't identify the player, but somebody, in fact, we now get a report it is definitely not a player. So then you wonder, well, it's probably a trainer, but we had best wait and see. But somebody was hit, and we'll just have to wait until they feel it's time to start the game again. It is an amazing thing, but it is a very dangerous area to go on a field at any time, starting with batting practice, infield. The baseball is fast and loose. Guys sometimes, even though they're in the big leagues, make a bad throw. Sometimes guys just miss catching a throw. And whoever it was, and it looks like it might be a trainer, is holding a towel to the right side of his head, and obviously he is bleeding. And they're taking him back to the dressing room, and perhaps in a little while we'll have that particular person identified. All right, John Lannon ready to go to work. Lanky left-hander pitching to Scott Posednik, and his first pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. The Nationals are on the board big time, 3-0 on a home run by Adam Dunn. The 1-0 pitch on the way, and that's low, a fake by Posednik to bunt. 2-0 the count. John Lannon was born in Long Island, New York. He went to Siena College, that's up around Albany, and he's 6'5", 200 pounds. Pitch foul back. Lannon has not pitched a lot. Comes in with a record of 2-5, and he's had some arm trouble, we understand. Last time we saw Lannon pitch was 2 years ago. He pitched 2 games against the Dodgers. The bunt by Posednik is a good bunt. He is going to beat it out. Scott Posednik gets the bunt down, legs it out for a base hit. No chance for Lannon or Adam Dunn to get to it. So we have a minute. Let's take a look at the Dodger lineup. Posednik followed by Terrio and Ethier, with Matt Kemp hitting cleanup. Then Loney, Blake, Carroll, Ausmus, and Kershaw. Ryan Terrio has 27 base hits on the first pitch. Let's see what happens right now. Lannon set almost in a crouch. Fastball way outside, so no chance for Ryan to take a swipe at it. Talking about Lannon pitching twice against the Dodgers in 2008. He pitched well. He went head-to-head with Billingsley and lost. Went head-to-head with Kershaw and won. So John straightens up, but he's always been at the waist. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way is outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Some guys have a straight up stretch. Some are like a squirrel holding a nut from a tree, and they're trying to hide it from other squirrels. And at 6'5", he hunches over a little bit and holds the ball like I've got a secret. The 2-0 pitch on the way to Ryan Terrio is a fastball outside, ball 3. The modern day euphemism, I'm sure, for a pitcher who does not strike out a lot of hitters is he pitches to contact. Well, I would say John Lannon pitches to contact. He has 27 strikeouts this year. The 3-0 pitch on the way in there. 3-1 to Ryan Terrio, hitting .281 with a home run, 23 runs batted in. and he has been very impressive in all facets of the game. Ever since he came over to the Dodgers, you see him every day, you can understand just what kind of a player he is. Posednik goes on a throw down, and they get him. So now they're saying ball 4, even though the out was recorded at second base. There was no indication by Darrell Cousins. So the crowd now has a late reaction because all they did was see the umpire at second base call Posednik out. So ball 4 to Theriot, and the Dodgers have 2 on, nobody out, and Andre Ethier coming up. Darrell Cousins has been around a long time. This would be his 32nd year behind the plate. So 2 on, and here's Ethier. Lannon out of his stretch, looks at the runners. The left-hander delivers, and it's a strike on the outside corner, and the count 0-1. Andre hitting .299, 17 home runs, 61 runs batted in. Lannon again ready, looks back at his runners. Left-hander comes back, swung on and missed, and the count 0-2. Ethier last night finished up his last 3 at-bats with a walk and 2 singles, and the night before he had 2 doubles and a home run. So Lannon looks in, getting a sign. 3-0 Nationals, but we're only in the first inning. 2 on, nobody out. Strike 2 pitch is swung on, a fly ball into left center. Going back deep to get it on the track is Maxwell. Tagging up is Posednik, and he will get to third. So Ethier, a fly ball that really carried, and Justin Maxwell made a nice play going to the track to haul it in, and Posednik, a heads up move to third. So Dodgers at first and third, 1 out, and Matt Kemp coming up. Matt Kemp hitting .264, 18 home runs, 60 runs batted in. One of the things about John Lannon, and you knew once Posednik got on, he was going to be thinking stolen base. Left-hander ready, checks, and here he comes, and Kemp takes in the dirt, ball 1. Good bluff by Pudge Rodriguez, and that sent Posednik back on his hands and knees. The league, the opponents, have stolen 14 out of 16 against John Lannon. And as we said, talking about pitching to contact, there are 75 starting pitchers who have pitched at least 70 innings. 75 pitches. Strike 1 pitch is swung on and missed, 0-2. And he ranks 73rd of the 75 as far as getting hitters to swing and miss at a strike. So he indeed fulfills the definition of pitching to contact. 3-0 Nationals. Talking about contact, Adam Dunn, the league's big hitter, hit his 29th home run with 2 men aboard. Here's the strike 2 pitch to Kemp, swung on and grounded foul outside of third, and the count stays 0-2. For the Nationals, with 1 out, Desmond singled off Kershaw's foot. Zimmerman walked, and Dunn hit one just inside the right field foul pole, and it was worth 3. Dodgers trying to get some back. They have first and third, 1 out, 0-2 the count to Matt Kemp. Lannon looks down the barrel to get a sign. Now John is ready, and his strike 2 pitch coming up, and Matt Kemp swings, hits a little foul, and he perhaps goes back to think about that. It looked like a ball that might have been out of the strike zone, but it shows you how strong he is to go after a pitch off the plate away and still able to turn on it and pull it. 0-2 the count. Lannon made his major league debut. First batter he faced was Ryan Howard. 3 years ago, he struck him out. Here's the strike 2 pitch to Matt Kemp. Ground ball to the left of short. The feed for 1, the turn for 2, and that's that. So Matt Kemp grounds it to Desmond, who feeds Gonzalez. It gets it to Dunn. And like they did last night, the Dodgers squander yet another opportunity. It's 3-0 Washington. Three-run home run by Adam Dunn. Now Pudge Rodriguez checking in. Rodriguez still a threat at the plate. The 1999 MVP. Among other things, he hit a home run the other night at Chase Field in Arizona. And Pudge takes a strike. It means he's now homered in 35 parks. Javi Lopez homered in 36 parks. Mike Piazza homered in 40 parks. But also the home run was a milestone for Rodriguez. It was his 300th home run as a catcher. He swings and misses 0-2. Only 5 catchers have hit 300 or more. Mike Piazza 396, Carlton Fisk 352, Johnny Bench 327, Yogi Berra 306, and Pudge now has hit 300. He will be 39 years old the end of November. 5'9", 190, and the 1-2 pitch is a big overhand curveball that misses, and a 2-ball 2-strike count. So Clayton Kershaw struggling from the very first pitch he made to Justin Maxwell, and he's down 3-0 in the second inning. Clayton ready, and the 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's poked down to Loney. He'll go to the bag himself and beat Rodriguez. 1 away. So Rodriguez, one of the great names in baseball, and especially now. Of course, when he was a little kid, he was in Little League. He threw 7 no-hitters, 2 of them in one day. So you could tell he was going to be something special. 1 away, and here's Alberto Gonzalez, and he takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Gonzalez, they say, a very good hitter early in the count. Well, he's hitting 296 and hits one foul off to the right, out of play. 0-2 the count. Alberto Gonzalez, right-hand batter. He's from Maracaibo in Venezuela. And the pitch to Alberto is swung on, a one-hopper banged into right field. So Gonzalez, a line drive single to right, that will bring up John Lannon. You know, for a limited time, Dodger fans can experience the Baseline Box Club. That's a 4-game plan offering big savings, preferred parking, club access, and if you act now, an invitation to the Dodgers premium seating batting practice party. For details, visit Dodgers.com/baseline or give us a call, 323-224-1320. Lannon, left-hand batter, shows bunt, then pulls the bat back, and the pitch is high. So this is one of those games for Clayton Kershaw. He's going to have to gut it through because he just does not have his usual control. 1 ball and no strikes, 1 out. Alberto Gonzalez at first base. Lannon has no sacrifices after 26 at bats. Tries to bunt, fouls it off, and a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lannon looking down to third to Pat Listash to see if the bunt is still on. 1-1 the count. Kershaw out of his stretch, looks over at Gonzalez. Now the 1-1 pitch. Lannon pulls the bat back, and it's a strike. 1-2 the count. For 3 of the last 4 months, the Nationals have played very close to 500. What really hurt them this year was the month of June. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Lannon fouls it, so he is struck out, and we have 2 down here in the second inning. 3 strikeouts for Kershaw, and the batter will be Justin Maxwell. So Jim Riggleman, the month of June really hurt him. The Nationals went 8-19 in the month of June. Otherwise, for a couple of months, they were playing very well, and they are still a very dangerous ball club. You may remember when the Dodgers had that wonderful 13-game winning streak at home. It was broken in May last year by the Washington Nationals. So here's Maxwell, who struck out, had the count 3-1, and then went down. Kershaw's first pitch, the big overhand curveball, and it misses. He is consistently missing and behind on all of the hitters. So Justin Maxwell, he was a major in animal sciences at the University of Maryland. The 1-0 pitch on the way outside, ball 2. What does animal sciences lead you to? Well, it would be pre-veterinary. Justin Maxwell, 26. He'll be 27 in November. He was the Nationals minor league player of the year in 2007. 2-0 pitch on the way, swing and a miss on a good fastball. 2-1. Another big kid, 6'5", 240. 3 years ago, he hit a pinch hit, go-ahead grand slam home run. Great way to pick up your first major league hit. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Maxwell struggling. 2-2 the count. Justin came in 26 games hitting 105. He has 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. Kershaw trying to put him away here. Another look over at first. The 2-2 pitch on the way, fastball, got him swinging, and that will be that. 4 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw, but the damage was done in the first inning, and the Nationals lead 3-0. Made 17 pitches in the second inning, strikes out 2 to give him 4 strikeouts, but he's still been badly damaged by the 3-run home run by Adam Dunn. So it'll be James Loney, Casey Blake, and then Jamie Carroll in that order, and the left-hander John Lennon going to work. James Loney hitting .288, swings at the first pitch and grounds it, and smothered at second base by Gonzalez, who throws to Dunn in time for the out. Wonderful play by Alberto Gonzalez to take a base hit away from Loney. Dunn left the bag thinking it was a sure base hit, and then he scurried back to handle it. Then Loney had to avoid him as he tried to run around. So a big play by Gonzalez. By the way, we are certainly sending along our best wishes and prayers to assistant athletic trainer Michael McGowan of Washington. When the Nationals were throwing the ball around the infield, there was an errant throw that went over the head of Adam Dunn. That means it was a bad throw. If you can throw it over the head of Adam Dunn, it is really a bad throw. And it struck Mike McGowan in the Washington Nationals dugout. Here's the strike one pitch to Casey Blake. Slow curveball in there. Casey hitting .249, 11 home runs, 41 runs batted in. So the last we saw of Michael McGowan, he was going back to the trainer's room with a towel held to the right side of his head and bleeding obviously. Strike 2 pitch, ground ball to Gonzalez. Alberto takes care of Casey Blake. So we're waiting to hear some news, hopefully good news, about Michael. He left the dugout under his own power. Michael McGowan lives in Melbourne, not too far from Vero Beach, where the Dodgers spent so many years. Michael with his wife Heather. He has 3 children, Brittany, Jacob, and Michael. So hopefully we'll get word that he's okay. 2 down and Jamie Carroll coming up. I'll tell you one thing, I almost got it between the eyes. Pitch to Carroll outside, ball 1. It was in Yankee Stadium, and I was coming up. This is the old ballpark, exhibition game with the Yankees and the Dodgers, and I was coming up the steps going into the Yankee dugout, and a ball, I never saw it, and the ball ticked my ear. And what happened was they were firing the ball around the infield, and a big leaguer had one get away and almost got me. The 1-1 pitch is low. That's why I said earlier, you don't want any part of the field at any time during pregame workouts. Lots of bad things can happen, even in the dugout. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming up to Jamie. Lannon delivers, fastball hit sharply at third, but Zimmerman stays with it, and the Gold Glove throws him out. So Gonzalez made a wonderful play, smothering a base hit from Loney and turning it into an out. And now a nice play by Zimmerman. And at the end of 2, 3-0 Nationals. third inning. It'll be the shortstop, Ian Desmond, then Ryan Zimmerman and Adam Dunn against a bit of a wobbly Clayton Kershaw tonight. He has struck out 4, but he's already made 48 pitches in 2 innings. So Desmond, who does not hang around at the plate, takes one high, and that's been the pattern for Kershaw. 1 ball and no strikes. Desmond, the 7th lowest per plate at bat as far as pitches are concerned. He takes one low. Not much he can do about it when the pitcher is missing the zone and Kershaw is behind 2-0. But Desmond averages a little more than 3 pitches per plate appearance. He also strikes out a lot. The 2-0 pitch in the dirt. So Kershaw completely out of sorts, and a 3 ball no strike count. Ian Desmond has walked 15 times, but he has struck out 68. And the 3-0 pitch is in there. 3-1. Kershaw's control is off. It led to a 3-run home run by Adam Dunn. That was in the first inning, and we're now in the top of the third. 3-1 pitch on the way. Fastball low, so he starts off wobbly again. So for Clayton, just one of those nights. Of course, you don't go out there 100%. I've mentioned this before. I remember asking the Hall of Famer Warren Spahn, certainly one of the greatest pitchers to ever pick up a ball, what would you say the percentage was in going out to the mound with your good stuff and your good control? Oh, he said, I'd be awfully happy 70%, maybe 75%. The other times you have to struggle and somehow survive, and that's what Kershaw is trying to do, struggle and survive. He is struggling. So Desmond at first. Ryan Zimmerman, the big right-hand hitting third baseman, takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Zimmerman hitting .301, 21 home runs, 61 runs batted in. Zimmerman grew up in an area called Sandbridge. That's in Virginia Beach, in Virginia. Strike 1 pitch on the way is instead a throw to first. That's quite an area. That one area in Virginia Beach produced Allen Iverson, Alonzo Mourning, Michael and Marcus Vick, David Wright, and both B.J. and Justin Upton, all from that one little spot in Virginia Beach. Strike 1 pitch, very high, 1-1. So Clayton Kershaw on an off night, trying to keep the game close and alive and hoping that his hitters will bail him out. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. A look over at Desmond, and the pitch very high. Again, it looked like his effort to throw a curveball, and it just didn't curve. 2-1 to count. Clayton, since the first week in May, was 5-0 here, and the opposition was hitting .197. Kershaw's 2-1 pitch coming up. Fastball whacked into right field for a base hit. Down to second goes Zimmerman, and that will bring up, guess who? Adam Dunn. Adam Dunn's home run to right field left in such a hurry, and it was so early the lights had not taken effect. It was really hard to see. The umpires had to watch it go, and it went just inside the foul pole, but look where it winds up. It actually hit the concrete base of the Stadium Club in right field and then came down. Of course, he's hit some monster home runs. I know he hit one in Cincinnati they're still talking about. 29 home runs, one ahead of Albert Pujols. Joey Votto at 27. So Dunn coming up, and Rick Honeycutt trying to help out Clayton Kershaw. By the way, Kershaw has not allowed more than 1 home run in any of his last 48 starts. Pujols hit a home run today. Adam Dunn hit the 3 home run dinger in the first inning. 3-0 Nationals. 2 on, nobody out, and Adam waiting at the plate. Kershaw checks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. Dunn, of course, wears the appropriate slugger's number, 44. Worn so gracefully and with such good taste by, among many, Henry Aaron and Willie McCovey. No balls and 1 strike to Adam Dunn. The strike 1 pitch on the way is another drive down the right field line. This one hooking by the pole and gone. He's hit 2 3-run home runs, and it is 6-0 Nationals. So he's not done yet. That was just about a one-handed swing. But he is so big and so strong, he just hits it out. So, a nightmare game for Clayton Kershaw. First time he's given up more than 1 home run in 48 starts. One good thing, he gave it up to the league's leading home run hitter. So Adam Dunn, 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in, and the Nationals breezing now. The batter is Josh Willingham. Foul ball that's going to wind up behind the Nationals dugout. Here's a look. Take a look at the hands. You see that left hand coming off very early in the swing, but he's just so strong he pulled it right down the line. And this one stays fair, hits the screen for his 2nd home run. So he's hit the Stadium Club and he has hit the screen, and it's 6-0 Nationals. And the pitch, a strike to Willingham. Adam Dunn. Boy, you could really write a book about him. Another foul ball. Dunn, among other things, said his first home run, he was 4 years old and he hit it in T-ball. In Texas high school, he hit a home run dead center over the pine trees. And they said that home run was way over 500 feet. And that was when he was in high school. They named a field in Porter, Texas after him. There's Adam Dunn Field. Boy, he's amazing. 29 career multi-home run games, and 5 of them this year. And among other things, Dunn was also one of the best quarterbacks in the nation in high school. He reported to the University of Texas football camp. There was Major Applewhite backed up by Chris Sims, and he decided, you know what, I'll go for baseball. The next pitch is in there for strike 3 call to Josh Willingham. 6-0 in favor of the Nationals in the 3rd inning. And 6 runs, you might say, well, we have a shot at coming back. But you know as well as I do, the Dodger offense has really been struggling. 6 runs must look more like Mount Everest. And here is Michael Morse, who struck out. 5 strikeouts for Kershaw, but it doesn't mean very much as Morse fouls it back. 0-1 the count to Michael. Morse hitting .327. He has 7 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Morse was on the DL. He hits a fly ball to right field. Going back to get it is Ethier. Makes the catch for the 2nd out. So with 2 down, Pudge Rodriguez will be coming up.
Catcher number 7, Ivan Rodriguez.
Rodriguez got the name Pudge in spring training, and it was really pudgy, short and heavy. Drifted to Pudge, first full name Ivan, from Vega Baja in Puerto Rico. Ball 1 to Rodriguez. We were talking about all the fields where he has hit a home run, 35 parks including Chase. There's 1 to go. 1 to go. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Citi Field in New York. And he has a chance because the Nationals play October 1, 2, and 3 at Citi Field in New York. 1-1 pitch on the way, and Rodriguez takes low, ball 2-2-1 to count. When he was the MVP in 1999 for the Rangers, he had 35 home runs and he stole 25 bases. Fastball grounded to the hole on the right side. Nice pick by Theriot to get him, and that's the third out. However, Adam Dunn strikes again. 3-run home run in the first inning. 3-run home run in the third inning. And it is 6-0. Dodgers and Clayton Kershaw. He has 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in, and it's 6-0 Nationals. For the Dodgers, it'll be Brad Osmus, Clayton Kershaw, and Scott Podsednik against John Lannon, who's pitching for a strike and the count 0-1. Osmus batting .231. Joe Torre would like to alternate the catchers with A.J. Ellis, but at the same time, he doesn't want to overwork Brad Osmus, who hits one foul. 0-2 the count. Osmus at 41, along with young A.J. Ellis, will be doing the catching for the rest of the year. Russell Martin wants to be part of the club. You can understand that, as he puts the uniform on and sits in the dugout, never to play for the rest of the year. 0-2. Lannon ready, and the strike 2 pitch on the way is swung on and foul tipped, and down goes Osmus. So we have one out here in the third, and Clayton Kershaw coming up. Brad got a little bit of it, but it was caught by Pudge Rodriguez, and down goes Brad. So that'll bring up Kershaw. Talking about Russell Martin, if you look at what Martin did and the result with the Dodgers since 2006, you can understand how much it hurt the ball club and Russell. Starting in 2006, in games where he played, the Dodgers were .350 against .267. So that's a winning percentage of .567. Without him, they were 30 games under .500. Huge difference. And they're going to have to get along without him. 0-2 the count. Little foul ball. Clayton still there. 6 runs, 5 hits for the Nationals. No runs, 1 hit. Podsednik, a bunt single leading off the game. albeit the Dodgers deprived of hits. Loney lost one on a fine play by Gonzalez. Carroll lost one on a good play by Zimmerman. The pitch off the plate. 1-2 the count to Clayton Kershaw. John Lannon. Boy, he really does have a secret. Turns on the rubber, and the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, grounded to Dunn. Adam will take it for the second out, and we have 2 down. You know, Saturday, August 21st, the Dodgers invite fans to bring their own Dodger dog to the stadium for their inaugural Bark in the Park, presented by Natural Balance. Fans must purchase special event tickets in the all-you-can-eat pavilion to take part in the festivities. For details, visit Dodgers.com/Bark in the Park. Two down here in the third inning. Scott Podsednik. A drag bunt for a base hit, the only Dodger hit right now. Podsednik waiting, and the first pitch is off the plate. And then dips in to catch a corner, and the count 0-1. Podsednik batting .212. 3 runs batted in. Lannon ready, and the strike one pitch on the way. Big overhand breaking ball off the plate. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. So John Lannon, who won 9 games back-to-back in 08 and in 09, now trying to balance his books tonight with a victory against the Dodgers and go ahead of them. Really, he is 1-1 in his career. John's 1-1 pitch on the way. Slow curveball in for a strike. 1-2. Lannon went to Siena College. That's a Division I school. He calls it a low Division I. So not too many scouts were looking to see that team play. The 1-2 pitch fouled away. And as he said, he was kind of going through his old growing pains freshman and sophomore year. Then junior year, he started to do pretty well. He broke some school records, and then a few scouts came to watch, and the Nationals selected him. The 1-2 pitch on the way is just off the plate. 2-2. Interesting, in growing up in New York, Lannon's favorite player was Don Mattingly, who is sitting over in the Dodger dugout. The 2-2 fastball is fouled away. That'll carry upstairs down the line. Nationals 6, Dodgers nothing. You could say Adam Dunn 6, Dodgers nothing. Big Adam has had a bunch of career multi-home run games, and the next pitch is high, ball 3. 3-2 the count. The 3-2 pitch coming up. Lannon delivers, swung on and missed. High fastball up and in to put down Podsednik. Down go the Dodgers. That's 8 in a row retired. And at the end of 3, 6-0 Nationals. Jack in the Box. Right now, get Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo served with curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. And by your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. 6-0 in favor of the Nationals. 4th inning. Alberto Gonzalez and a strike. Gonzalez singled to right field in the 2nd inning. 0-1. 0-2. Just thinking that pitch to Gonzalez for a strike. It's the rare first pitch strike for Clayton Kershaw tonight. 0-2. Big breaking ball, a downer. Gonzalez batting .303. Foul back. That .303 batting average, he is playing his 75th game. Adam Kennedy, left-hand hitter, plays a lot of second base. That's foul back, out of play. Fastball alley, second deck, behind home plate. We always have people, if they do come by the booth, they always wonder, do you get very many foul balls? Because we're directly behind home plate. And the answer is no. Maybe one every couple of years. In Ebbets Field, the broadcasting booth was directly behind home. Chopper to third. One away. And it was wide open. And then one day a foul ball came back like it had been shot out of a bazooka. Red Barber was keeping score and just looked up in time. Got his arm up in front of his face. The foul ball hit his wrist. The next day we had a wire screen covering the entire booth. There was one booth where it was worth your life, and thank goodness I only went there a few times with the game of the week. That was in Old Tiger Stadium. Holy mackerel. You would be behind home plate. You would hear the pitcher grunt and you would hear the hitter grunt. I mean, you were that close, and balls came in there all the time. 1-2 the count to John Lannon. By the way, the report on Michael McGowan, he was hit on the right cheek by that bad throw. Understand he is conscious and alert, thank God, and our warmest wishes go to Mike. Hope he'll be okay, and he'll get back in the dugout tonight, certainly tomorrow. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ball 3. Remember Walter Alston, sitting in the dugout in the Coliseum, took one off the knee, could barely walk, but it was a batted ball. 2 down here in the 4th inning. 6 strikeouts for Kershaw, but it doesn't mean very much when you're down 6-0. And here's Justin Maxwell, who has struck out twice. Young Justin hitting 100. He only had 40 at bats. Maxwell, recalled from Syracuse, he was hitting .287 down there. He has been up and down. This is his 4th stint with Washington this season. One and 2. He shares the honor of being the second draft selection by the Nationals ever back in 2005. Only Ryan Zimmerman was drafted earlier that year. Here's the 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Well, that's tough for a young hitter just being called up. He strikes out 3 times. 7 strikeouts for Kershaw in a very raggedy performance. Despite the 7, and he's down 6-0. By Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. By K-Swiss and by Jack Daniels. Bottom of the 4th inning, 6-0 Nationals. Ryan Theriot, Andre Ethier, and Matt Kemp in that order. Ball 1. Before the game, Stan Kasten, who's the president of the Washington Nationals, made a comment that should very well be studied. He said, "We're not good right now, but we're going to be," and he certainly would know. Meanwhile, Theriot's trademark going the other way, and he singles to right field. Of course, when Stan Kasten talks, it's worth listening. You know, back in 1999, Stan, among other things, was president of 3 different teams in 3 different major sports at the same time. He was president of the Atlanta Braves, the Atlanta Hawks, and the hockey's Atlanta Thrashers. And he knows some good ball players because he had them. Meanwhile, Steven Strasburg, who wanted badly to pitch here, I understand, but they wisely will hold him off, and he will pitch at home on Tuesday. And a drive by Ethier into deep right center, and that's in the pavilion. And the Dodgers cut the change from 6-0 to 6-2. So Andre jumps all over that thing, hits it deep into the right center field seats for Ethier, his 18th home run to tie Matt Kemp, and he now has 63 runs batted in. That would be 3 behind James Loney. So the batter now is Matt Kemp with Loney on deck. Slow curveball for a strike. We mentioned that Lannon pitches to contact, meaning he doesn't strike out people. Coming into the game, he had allowed 7 home runs in 80 innings. 1-1 the count to Matt Kemp. Nationals 6, Dodgers 2. Matt Kemp hit into a double play in the first inning. Tries to lift one, doesn't get it. 1-2 the count. Nationals 3 in the first, 3 in the third. Dodgers 2 here in the fourth. Foul ball on the foot. Hold everything. Matt hit on the left foot or ankle, instep somewhere in there. This will show us. Right there. Wow. He's still not ready, and you can understand it. One and two the count to Matt Kemp. Fastball, long fly ball, but it's playable. Justin Maxwell. So Kemp just misses a fastball, fly ball to center, and the batter will be James Loney. Loney was robbed of a hit, a wonderful play by Alberto Gonzalez. That was in the second inning. Alberto diving at what looked like a sure base hit, smothered it on the grass, got up, threw him out. Close to a base hit. He was also close to a game-tying 3-run home run last night. And that's way inside. Almost got Darrell Cousins. 1 ball and no strikes. Last night, remember, with 2 on, he hit that long fly ball to right field. Ryan Ludwig caught it right in front of the scoreboard. James 8 home runs, 66 ribbies. Two and 0 the count. We told you Lannon in his debut struck out Ryan Howard for his first major league strikeout. Despite getting a no decision in a Nationals win, he became the 5th player in Major League history to be ejected in his Major League debut. Yeah, he got kicked out. That's a strike. Harry Wendelstedt's son, Hunter Wendelstedt, ruled that Lannon had purposely hit Ryan Howard. 1 pitch after hitting Chase Utley. Howard had homered in his previous at-bat, and they gave Lannon the heave-ho. And ball 4. So Lannon gives up his second walk, and it'll bring up Casey Blake, who grounded out in the second inning. In case you're wondering, the follow-up on that story about Lannon, the other 4 to be ejected while making their Major League debut, it all happened over a 3-year span. Andy Carter, Sid Robertson, Doug Johns, and Aaron Boone. 0-1. All but Boone were pitchers ejected for hitting a batter. Talking about different things, Joe Torre was once kicked out of a game while bringing the lineup card up to home plate. We were talking about that tonight. What happened, he said the umpires the night before had really messed up a call, rundowns and all that. 0-2 to Casey. And Joe was bringing the lineup card. He was a manager. Brought the lineup card to home plate. And the first thing he said to the umpires, boy, you guys really screwed up last night. And they threw him right out of the game. 0-2 the count. So then we were swapping stories about being kicked out. And I guess the most memorable moment as far as managers and lineup cards occurred between the Giants and the Dodgers, wouldn't you know? It was an afternoon, maybe it was a Saturday or a Sunday. Tommy Lasorda bringing the lineup card for the Dodgers, and Charlie Fox, the former Marine, as feisty as they came, brought the lineup card for the Giants. And I'm sitting there watching, and the next thing I know, they're throwing punches at each other before the game. 1-2. And that's going to get away. So Loney will go to second base. So Lannon's had 2 get away. This one cost him a little bit. And looked like Rodriguez certainly should have caught that one. So I would assume that's a pass ball. I mean, sure. For whatever reason, Fudge unable to handle it. 2-2 the count. That's the second pitch that has gotten away. The other one was just a pitch to Loney. 2-2. Almost got him. Ball 3. On deck, Jamie Carroll. Dodgers are accustomed to beating Washington here at Dodger Stadium. Since 2006, the Dodgers have won 10 of 11 against Washington here. But they're down 6-2 tonight. Fouled off. Casey Blake hitting .249, 11 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Nationals 6, Dodgers 2. We're in the 4th inning. Slow curveball. That's whacked into left field for a base hit. They are waving Loney in. The strong throw to the plate is offline, and that makes it 6-3 Nationals. And Casey holding at first base. So now instead of 6-0, it is 6-3. Good relay from Willingham to Desmond. Desmond's throw, however, was high, and there was no chance to get the sliding Loney. So the Dodgers have scored 3 as Loney takes a seat in the dugout. Nationals scored 3 in the first, scored 3 in the third. Dodgers have scored 3 here in the 4th. And let's see now what happens as Steve McCatty going out to the mound, the pitching coach, to try and counsel John Lannon. Lannon, believe it or not, was the opening day starter and then was sent out. Well, it didn't take long for McCatty to go out past the word. McCatty on his way back to the dugout. Tyler Clippard begins to throw in the pen. The spectacled right-hander. And here's Jamie Carroll. Jamie hitting .278, 14 runs batted in. Brad Ausmus on deck, 1 away. Fastball. It's a strike. 0-1. Jamie looking at Larry Boa. Casey Blake at first, held on by Adam Dunn. One ball and 1 strike. Lannon walked Terrio in the first inning, and he walked Loney here in the 4th. He doesn't look free, but they tell me when he went to the minors, they were working on his delivery. And I mean, he is really all hunched up. 1-1. Foul back. So apparently they were chipping away at his delivery. So it's not as if he stretches or even has any kind of a turn on the rubber. He's just hunched over, as we said, like I've got a secret. And of course, if it helps him, that's great. 1-2. 2-2. If they get down to Kershaw, they have Carlos Monasterios throwing in the pen. Two and two the count to Jamie Carroll. Kershaw and Loney sitting side by side in the dugout, and that's ball 3. When Lannon started the game, he had 36 walks, 27 strikeouts. Well, that's a bad sign right away. Then you say, what about hits against innings? 80 innings, 111 hits. So it's been a tough year for him. Foul ball. Still 3-2 to Jamie Carroll. John's earned run average, as you can see, the last 3 years on the elevator going up. And a line drive. What a play by Zimmerman. Ryan Zimmerman takes a base hit away from Jamie Carroll. Otherwise, this could be quite an inning. So the Gold Glove over there spears that line drive right like that. And with 2 out, Brad Ausmus. So a big play for Ryan Zimmerman, who over the course of a year makes a lot of them. Ausmus struck out in the 3rd inning. Brad hitting .214. Kershaw's on deck. Ball 1. So Lannon with a little help from his friends. He got very good plays by Gonzalez and Zimmerman in the 2nd inning. Now he's saved by Zimmerman here in the 4th. Fouled away. 1-1 to Brad. Six runs, 5 hits for the Nationals. 2 swings of the bat by Adam Dunn. Home runs with 2 men aboard each time. Tough inning for John Lannon. This will be his 30th pitch. Of course, Kershaw made 31 in the 1st inning. And a little hopper. Here comes Zim, picks up with a glove and throws him out. So Brian Zimmerman makes 2 good plays here in the 4th inning. Andre Ethier hits one that couldn't be caught, and it's 6-3 Nationals. brought to you by 76 Gasoline. We're on the driver's side. It's been kind of a rare night for Clayton Kershaw. Give you an idea, the Hyundai key to the game involving Clayton. He's given up 2 home runs tonight to Adam Dunn. He's allowed 2 home runs 4 times in his career, never 3. 51 times he's pitched a game without a home run, 19 allowing 1. And so it's been rare, and he's going to see Dunn again in this inning. Clayton, however, is now back in the game. And Ian Desmond, a comebacker. 1 away. As we told you, Desmond doesn't stay around home plate very long. A little more than 3 pitches per at bat with him. And he hit that first one right back. 1 away. Ryan Zimmerman walked, single to right. Twice he was aboard for Adam Dunn to hit one out of sight. Walked in the first inning. Dunn hit the Stadium Club. Singled in the 3rd inning. Dunn hit the foul pole screen. Ball 1. Ryan batting .303, 21 home runs, 61 runs batted in. And a high drive, but it appears playable. Yep. Posednik on the. Okay, let's take a look at big Adam Dunn. Came up in the first inning, and it was hit so hard, so fast, and it was such a bright time, it really was hard to see. But it stayed inside the pole, hit the base of the Stadium Club. Then with one hand, he wafted that one off the screen. 0-1. But, of course, if ever the Sandlot cry applied, remember when you tried to play, it only takes one. Well, it sure does. He's had 1 3-home run game in his career. Dodgers put up the diamond triangle defense on the right side. Not much of a defense when a guy hits it 460 feet to right field, which is where that first one went. 1-2. Big boy out of Porter, Texas. Dad, a welding equipment salesman. And down he goes. Nothing new about Dunn striking out. Nothing new about Dunn hitting a home run. And at the end of 4.5, 6-3 Nationals. 3 in the 4th inning. So down 6-3, and it'll be Clayton Kershaw backing off for a strike. 0-1. Lannon coming off a tough 4th inning when he made 30 pitches. Big bouncer to Dunn. Underhands to Lannon. 1 away. If you joined us a little late, you get an idea of the Dodger offense. And of course, Andre Ethier with that 2-run home run. So Ethier tonight, 2-run home run. Last night, a walk and 2 singles. The night before, 2 doubles and a home run. So Andre's starting to swing the bat well again. Here's Scott Posednik. He had a bunt single and struck out. And ball 1. Dodger most frustrated so far tonight, besides Kershaw, would be Jamie Carroll. Carroll twice robbed by Ryan Zimmerman. Ball 2. Posednik over in the American League had 37 infield hits plus 30 stolen bases. That was last year for the Royals. And this year he had 30 steals. The old expression, speed never has a slump. 2-1. And hit down the line, slicing in the corner, foul. 2-2. Posednik last night, remember, going over into the corner trying to stop the ball hit by Denorfia, and he couldn't do it. Chris Denorfia wound up with a high chopper over the third baseman's head for an inside the park home run. 2-2. On that slow curveball, as you can see, Posednik is on the move. If it's in the right spot, he'll drag it, and with his speed, a definite threat. High fly ball to right center field. Maxwell, the captain out there, puts it away. 2 down in the 5th inning. And Ryan Theriot will be coming up. Theriot has been very, very impressive. Tonight he has walked and singled to right. As you can see, he uses the whole field with more hits to right than to left. Also, a very good first ball hitter if it's in the strike zone. Yeah, there you go again. That is his 28th hit on the first pitch. And it brings up Andre Ethier. Andre Ethier flied to center, hit the 2-run home run. Andre hitting .301, 18 home runs, 63 runs batted in. Against Lannon, he was 1 for 2 coming into the game, and lifts a fly ball to center on the first pitch, and that'll be the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, a man left. The end of 5, 6-3 Nationals. first major league home run. He certainly wasn't known for that. In his entire career, he hit 20 home runs. But he also stole 376 bases, and one year, 104. The mouse that roared, Maury Wills. Let's go back to this one. And the first pitch hit into center field for a base hit. So Josh Willingham didn't hang around. And the batter will be Michael Morse. 6 runs, 6 hits for Washington. Of course, Adam Dunn has been the big story with all 6 RBIs. Morse struck out, flied to right. Willingham over there at first base is 8 for 8 in stolen bases. Morse has done very well this year hitting against right-hand pitching. Slow curveball for a strike. Michael hitting .404 against right-handers. Total batting average .324. On 1. And that's going to be hit into center for a base hit. So the 6th inning, back-to-back singles by Willingham and Morse, and that'll bring up Ivan Pudge Rodriguez. Ramon Troncoso now gets up in the Dodger bullpen. And now here comes Rick Honeycutt again. So before the pitch to Rodriguez, Clayton will huddle. Rodriguez grounded to first and grounded to second. Ground ball to second, a good play by Ryan Theriot. Pudge Rodriguez, a remarkable player. Actually, he became non-pudgy before 2005 spring training. He was weighing 215 pounds, and he took off 22 to get his weight down to 193. Right now, he weighs 190. So the Pudge, a nickname that doesn't really work anymore. Lives in Miami, Florida. Mom a school teacher. She's a principal now in Puerto Rico. And his dad an electrician. Well, Pudge has certainly turned the lights out on a lot of people. And he's up there with 2 on and nobody out. And bunt up along third. The only play for Blake is to first. Boy, did Rodriguez lay down a textbook bunt. He only had 1 sacrifice, but that was terrific. Wow, watch this. He's going to guide it, make sure the third baseman comes to get it. A perfect sacrifice. So for a guy with 300 home runs as a catcher, he can handle that bat just about any way you want. Dodger infield has to play halfway. Alberto Gonzalez 1 for 2 coming up. Breaking ball strike. 0-1. Gonzalez single to right, grounded to third. Gonzalez has been a very good hitter early in the count. And this time fly ball to right. Ethier comes in to catch it and makes a strong throw, cut off by Loney, and the runner's hold. So Andre handled that well. And with 2 down, John Lannon will be coming up. So Gonzalez, a good hitter early in the count, but he flies out on the second pitch. John Lannon struck out trying to bunt and then just struck out. Kershaw has struck out 8 in 5 2/3 innings, but he's losing 6-3. Ball 1. Washington beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3 in the nation's capital. The 2 home runs by Dunn also brings up a point about Washington in their recent series with Arizona. In Arizona, it was a 4-game series, and the Nationals hit 10 home runs. The only thing was, for Jim Riggleman, 9 of the 10 home runs were with the bases empty. 2-0 the count. Strike. Another thing Washington has not been able to do is win a series on the road. The last time they won a road series was early May, when he took 2 out of 3 in New York from the Mets. Pretty good fastball, kind of waved at. 2-2. Clayton had a 31-pitch first inning and a 23-pitch third, and he really paid the price. 3 runs in each inning. That will take care of Lannon, who strikes out a 3rd time. That's 9 strikeouts for Clayton, but at the end of 5.5, it's 6-3 Nationals. Alberto Gonzalez taking a base hit away from James Loney. Diving, full extension, good grip on the ball, and the throw to first, a near collision. So Gonzalez makes a good play with the glove. I'm sure he's a little annoyed that he left runners at second and third with the fly ball shallow right. And the Nationals trying to hold on to what is now a 6-3 lead. Matt Kemp, James Loney, and Casey Blake against John Lannon. Kemp hit into a double play, flied out to center field. A changeup. 1 ball and no strikes. One and 0. And a breaking ball, but not much break to it. It stayed up. 2-0 the count. Basically, Lannon a sinking fastball, curve, and a change. A lot of people say the changeup is his best pitch. 2-0. Fastball hit to shallow center, and a diving catch by Justin Maxwell. Well, that'll help him. One good thing, and it's a tribute to a kid outfielder. He got a jump on the ball. He has struck out all 3 at-bats, and instead of being out there feeling sorry for himself, he comes up and makes a good play. Nice play for Justin Maxwell. That would be the 4th good defensive play turned in by the Nationals. Maxwell, Gonzalez, and 2 at third base by Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman made a great play on a ball hit by Carroll in the 2nd, speared a line drive to take another hit away from Jamie in the 4th. 0-1. And that's sliced into left center. Boy, did Maxwell get a jump on that thing. So 2 quick outs, and the batter will be Casey Blake. Time now to put your thinking cap on as we have our daily or nightly trivia question. Here it is. On 80s night at Dodger Stadium, can you name the only 3 teams with more wins than the Dodgers in the 80s? Well, we'll give you the answer in a while. Here's Blake, grounded out, single to left, strike, 0-1. Nationals 3 in the 1st, 3 in the 3rd. Each time 3-run home run by Adam Dunn. Dodgers have been unable to recover yet. They did come back with 3 of their own in the 4th, and here we are, 2 out in the 6th. Casey hitting .251, grounded out, single to left. Right. One and 2. Jamie Carroll hitting back of Casey Blake. Rick Honeycutt on the phone checking about the pen. Kershaw has made 107 pitches. 2-2. Down in the Dodger bullpen, we had Carlos Monasterios, then we had Ramon Troncoso, now Kenley Jansen. Three and 2. Lannon made 81 pitches through 5. Fastball lifted to right field. Michael Morse is there. So the Dodgers go out on fly balls in the 6th inning. And at the end of 6, Nationals 6, Dodgers 3. brought to you by Corona. When the Dodgers take the field in the 7th inning, down 6-3, Clayton Kershaw stays in the dugout, and Kenley Jansen comes out of the bullpen. For Clayton, 107 pitches, had a lot of trouble in the first couple of innings with his control, consistently behind on the hitters, and he paid the price. Dunn took him deep after 2 hits in the first inning. Dunn took him deep again after a walk and a base hit preceded his second home run of the night. Otherwise, if you look quickly, you'd say, wow, Kershaw did well. He struck out 9 in 6 innings. But it didn't turn out that way. So Kenley Jansen, the converted catcher, 4 scoreless innings in his 4 games. And he'll be pitching to Maxwell, then Desmond and Zimmerman. Kenley Jansen, 6'6", about 250, out of Curaçao in the Netherlands Antilles. Certainly the first player who came out of Curaçao and made a big splash, Andrew Jones, when he was 19 years old in the World Series. And ball 3. For Justin Maxwell, struck out in the first, in the second, and in the fourth. Just as glad that Kershaw is no longer out there. Three and 0. And he walked him. Remember the trivia question, since this is 80s night. Only 3 teams had more wins than the Dodgers in the 80s. Can you name them? Well, yeah, sure. The Yankees and the Tigers and the Royals. By the way, the Dodgers were the only team to win more than 1 World Series in the 80s. That would be in 81 and 88. So Maxwell draws the walk, and the batter, Ian Desmond, doesn't have a lot of pitches, strikes out far more than he walks. Hitting .261. Ball 1. Dodgers like to get an inning out of Jansen, then perhaps hit for him. Joe Torre, Rick Honeycutt, Don Mattingly, Jeff Pentland, all the coaches. Not much to say. And Honeycutt's going to get on the phone. 1 ball and no strikes. It is truly remarkable that anyone could go from a catcher to a major league pitcher in 1 year. And that's what his kid's trying to do. He's backed up now by Troncoso and Sherrill. And there goes the runner, Maxwell. The throw on a bounce, not in time. I mean, there is so much to pitching. First, you have all the pitches. Then you have to know how to hold the runner on. And he couldn't do it. So Honeycutt's going out to try and help. Maxwell, the walk and the stolen base. For Justin, he's now stolen 4 out of 5. Honeycutt like a Dutch uncle trying to talk to Jansen. And for Maxwell, well, small compensation, having struck out 3 times, but he did make a good diving catch on the ball hit by Kemp. Now he steals a base. Desmond, Zimmerman, and Dunn will try and pick up Maxwell. Tomorrow night, Hiroki Kuroda on the mound. He'll go against Livan Hernandez. And then Sunday, Ted Lilly And Ted will go against Jason Marquise. 2-0 to Ian Desmond. He bunts. Good bunt. The big guy picks it up and feeds Loney. The Desmond is out, but he moved his man along. Nice play.
Now batting third baseman, number 11.
Now Zimmerman and Dunn, two big mountains for a big man to climb. Zimmerman walked, single to right, fly to left. Dodger infield has to play up. 0-1 the count. Interesting, that bunt by Ian Desmond might be a little bit of a surprise because Washington was 14th in the rate of success trying sacrifice bunts. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Desmond laid down a dandy. Pudge Rodriguez put down a beauty. And they've done their job very well. Maxwell down the line, 1 away. In the dirt, blocked by Ausmus, ball 2. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to Ryan, batting .302. Well, would it be something to have Adam Dunn come up again with 2 men on base? He's waiting. Three and 1. 3-2. Ryan walked, singled, flied out, batting .302, 21 home runs, 61 runs batted in. That's a pretty good combo, isn't it? 29 home runs for Adam Dunn. Then he hit number 30. That's 51 home runs between the two. And Zimmerman strikes out. Well, here comes Adam in case you missed it. First in the first inning, he hit one out of sight from the moment it left the plate. He wasn't sure fair or foul. The light was such you couldn't really see it. It hit upstairs and kicked down below. That was 3 in a hurry. Then in the third inning, almost one-handed. He hit the screen of the foul pole, and just like that, the Nationals had 6. So the Dodgers figure, okay, that's enough. We'll take the bat out of your hands, especially with a young pitcher like Jansen. So in a minute, first and third, 2 out, and they'll leave it up to Willingham. Dodgers in the bottom half of this 7th. It'll be Carroll, Ausmus, and Jansen spot. For Dunn, he has walked 49 times. So Josh Willingham checking in, hitting .270, 15 home runs, 54 runs batted in. When Washington came here, they had hit 100, so they now have 102 home runs. Dodgers have 80. And a strike. So Kenley Jansen, after walking Maxwell and the sacrifice, was able to strike out Zimmerman. Walk Dunn. And here's Willingham, who was grounded out, struck out, and singled. Oh, and 1. Another strike. You know, another thing about Washington that has plagued them this year, in games decided by 2 runs or less, they have been in 60 of them, and they've lost 12 straight by 1 run on the road. Fastball. 93. 1-2 the count to Josh Willingham. Adam Dunn standing at first. Justin Maxwell down the line from third. 2 out. Breaking ball backhanded by Carroll quickly to Terrio, and Jansen's out of the jam. No runs, no hits, walk 2, and at the end of 6.5, 6-3 Nationals. And the folks now asked to join in God Bless America and take me out to the ball game.
At this time, we ask that you please rise and join.
Power of Adam Dunn. They're leading with the glove, the defense. Alberto Gonzalez taking a base hit away from Loney. Then Ryan Zimmerman, a base hit away from Carroll. Then on a slow roller, another nice play by Ryan Zimmerman. And finally, it's Justin Maxwell in center field, the Hyundai keys to the game. So for the Dodgers, they have to do something now. Down 6-3 in the 7th inning. And Tyler Clifford out of Lexington, Kentucky will pick up. Originally signed by the Yankees. And a strike to Jamie Carroll. Clifford, 6'4", 175, so he's long and lean. Signed by the Yankees, came up briefly in 07, and he's been with the Nationals since 08. 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. In looking at Clifford's numbers, he is 8-6. A lot of decisions. 63 innings, 30 walks, 72 strikeouts. In the dirt. Checking the scoreboard, some pretty important games. First of all, the Diamondbacks beat the Padres 2-1. The Padres had beaten Arizona 7 out of 9, and they lost to a newcomer, Daniel Hudson. D-backs 2, Padres 1, a final. Aaron Heilman saved it. Adam LaRoche homered. It was a Justin Upton single that put Arizona to stay 2-1. The loss went to John Garland. Meanwhile, the Giants and Braves went extra innings. That's a strike. And in the 11th inning, the Giants beat the Braves 3-2 after a nearly 2-hour rain delay. The night the Braves are retiring Tommy Glavine's number 47. 3-2. Ball 4. So Carroll gets aboard, and the batter will be Brad Osmus. In that Giants game, Chipper Jones homered against Barry Zito in the 6th inning to give Atlanta the lead, but Chipper's error in the 9th inning allowed the Giants to tie it up 2-2 against Billy Wagner. And then in the 11th, Pat Burrell scoring fly ball put the Giants ahead. That's in the 11th inning, 3-2. So Burrell's fly ball got him out by 1, and we'll wait for a final on that one. One other score, the Rockies defeated the Pirates 6-3. The red-hot Carlos Gonzalez hit his 24th home run. He had knocked in 2 to give him 74. Jason Hamill pitched 6 innings of a 3-hitter. Houston Street closed it. So the Rockies won. The Giants are winning. And the D-backs beat the Padres. One ball and 1 strike. So if the Giants can hang on and win in the 11th, they will be trailing San Diego by 1. Tyler Clifford. Ball 2, 2-1. Clifford basically fastball, curveball, and a changeup. He is also a fly ball pitcher, so he gives up some home runs. Clifford this year has given up 5 in 63 innings. And he muscles up a good fastball at 92. 2-2 the count to Brad Osmus. And Osmus trying to go after a pitch up and away, comes up empty and strikes out. You know, the Dodgers' final bobblehead night of the season, Tuesday, August 17. The first 50,000 fans, the Dodgers and the Rockies, will take home a home run-saving Matt Kemp bobblehead presented by San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com or call 866-DODGERS. Garrett Anderson was coming up to pinch hit, and it looks like Jim Riggleman will make a double switch. Willie Harris is heading towards left field. Willingham made the last out, so he can put Harris in left field, batting ninth. And Clifford will be coming out. Garrett Anderson was announced, and we'll be back. Garrett Anderson introduced as the pinch hitter, so Jim Riggleman went to the pen and brought in Sean Burnett. He also brought in Willie Harris. If you're keeping score, put Burnett in Josh Willingham's spot and put Harris batting ninth. Sean Burnett last year was dazzling. Opponents hit 181 against him. First batter efficiency 159, and he starts off ball one. Garrett Anderson batting 182. As a pinch hitter, he has a dozen hits, including a home run and 5 runs batted in. Strike, 1-1. Sean is 6'1", 195. He used to videotape and watch as many of Tommy Glavine's start as possible. So it's interesting that he would pitch tonight, the night that Tommy Glavine's number is retired in Atlanta. Little nubber out in front of the plate. Rodriguez gets the front man. Nice play by Ivan Rodriguez to erase Carroll. 2 down, and the batter will be Scott Posednik. Bud just picked it up and let it fly. Plenty of time. So the batter now, Posednik. And of course, with 13 Gold Gloves, we told you when he was in Little League, he pitched 7 no-hitters. So he still has a great arm. He's a book, isn't he? Ivan Rodriguez. What a player. And for so long. Posednik, a bunt single, struck out, fly to center, and a strike on the first pitch. Burnett is 0-5. 36 strikeouts, 14 walks. 1-1. Sean in high school pitched a perfect game. That had a lot of people's attention. That's a strike. 1-2. Burnett, originally a first-round pick by the Pirates 10 years ago. Up and down in the Pirate organization, and moved in with the Nationals last year. 2-2. How good was Sean Burnett in the interest? When he pitched that perfect game in high school, they say there were about 30 scouts to watch that high school game. Big curveball. Down goes Posednik. Down go the Dodgers. No runs, a walk, a man left, and at the end of 7, 6-3 Nationals. We have reached the 8th inning. The Nationals lead the Dodgers 6-3. The Nationals have led all the way. 3 in the first, 3 in the third. The Dodgers scored 3 in the fourth, and that's it. It will be Michael Morse, Ivan Rodriguez, Alberto Gonzalez. Ramon Troncoso's pitch. Nice pick by Ryan Theriot. Just like that, one away.
Catcher number 7, Ivan Rodriguez.
So one away in the 8th inning as Troncoso tries to get some outs. First time we have seen Ramon since the very end of June. We can tell you that the Giants hung on and beat the Braves 3-2 in 11. And the Giants are 1 game back of San Diego, who lost in Arizona. Brian Wilson closed it out after the Giants tied it in the 9th and won it in the 11th. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ramon, earlier in the year, his wife delivered a bouncing baby girl, the fair Isabella. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball hit up the middle. So Rodriguez comes up with a base hit. He goes 1 for 3. He had grounded out twice, sacrificed and singled, and the batter Alberto Gonzalez. Nationals' 8th hit. Gonzalez batting .297, ball 1. Alberto singled to right, grounded to third, flied to right, missed picking up a run batted in. He had runners at second and third, 1 out, and the fly ball to shallow right. Ethier made a good play. Willingham stayed at third. This time he drives one into left center. On his horse is Kemp to haul it in on the track. Rodriguez went all ways to second base before coming back because it looked like that might find the gap. Be sure to follow the Dodgers on your iPhone, iPod Touch, BlackBerry, and Android phone with MLB.com at Bat 2010, featuring play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit Dodgers.com for more details. So here now is Willie Harris with 2 out. Willie in the double switch. He's out of Cairo, Georgia. Does that ring a bell to you for any reason? Cairo, Georgia was the hometown, the birthplace of Jackie Robinson. Rodriguez at first with 2 out. Willie Harris, 5'9", 175. Ernest Riles also from that area. And ball 1. The marker designated Jackie Robinson's birthplace went up 4 years ago. That would be 5 years after Major League Baseball retired Jackie's number. The high school field in Cairo renamed Jackie Robinson Field. Ground ball, Carroll, a quick feed to Terrio, and that'll be that. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and we're heading for the bottom of the 8th inning. Nationals 6, Dodgers 3. Led immediately after the national anthem. Adam Dunn hit a 3-run home run in the first inning. Adam Dunn hit a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning, and so far that's all they've needed to pile up 6. Dodgers scrambling, finally got 3 in the 4th inning. And here we go in the bottom of the 8th. Adam with 30 home runs to lead the National League. 5 times he's hit more than 1 home run in a game this year. All right, for the Dodgers, Terrio, Ethier, and Kemper. One change in the outfield for Washington. Roger Bernardina is out there in right field. Strike. Terrio is 2 for 2. Walk, single to right, single to center. 0-1. Terrio hitting .285. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan Terrio, 5'11", about 180. That's a strike. 1-2. Ryan went to school at LSU. He's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Ryan said, I remember I was 4 or 5 years old. I put eye black on. I'd jack up my pants and I'd be the big bat boy for my bigger brother's teams. He thinks his first T-ball team, he was about 4. Sliced foul out of play. Ryan, drafted by the Cubs out of LSU in the 3rd round. Took him 4 years in the minor leagues to get up to the Cubs in 2005. He has hit as high as .328. 2-2. And a little pop flare, caught it short by Desmond. So Terrio loops out to the shortstop and goes 2 for 3. 1 out. Andre Ethier coming up. Andre in the 4th inning came up with Terrio aboard and really ripped one against John Lannon well into the bleachers in right center field. His 18th home run. He has 63 runs batted in, and he's batting an even .300. 2 of those 18 home runs against left-handers, and now looking at one right now. Fastball. 0-1. The crowd, 39,153. 39,153. Boy, he hit that off the end of the bat. A lot of English on it. 2 down. So that'll bring up Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp hit into a double play in the 1st inning, flied to center in the 4th, and was robbed of a hit on a nice diving catch by Justin Maxwell in center field. So Matt 0 for 3, hitting .262, facing Sean Burnett. Matt waiting for Rodriguez to get behind the plate. And of course tonight, kind of a Matt Kemp 80s poster night. Only that wasn't the poster. Matt hitting .324 against left-hand pitching. One ball and no strikes. One and one. Good changeup. The bottom dropped out of that thing. 1-2. So the changeup followed by the fastball. Those who know Burnett well talked about how he would try to imitate Tommy Glavine. And that changeup that he threw to Matt Kemp reminds a lot of people of a Tommy Glavine change. 2-2 with a lot of sink on it. So fastball, curve, slider, and a dandy changeup. Two balls and 2 strikes. In the dirt, 3-2. Last year, right-handers hit 176 against Sean Burnett. Left-handers hit 186. Three and 2 to Kemp. Loney on deck. And a drive to center. Going back is Maxwell to make the play. So Kemp goes 0 for 4 3 times, hitting the ball to his opposite center fielder. And at the end of 8, 6-3 Nationals. Leading all the way. If there is such a thing as statistically about time, the Washington Nationals would think so. Since 2006, the Nationals have played 11 games here at Dodger Stadium, and they've lost 10 of the 11. But they're leading tonight. Justin Maxwell will start it off. Then it'll be Ian Desmond and Ryan Zimmerman against Ramon Troncoso. Maxwell has struck out 3 times and walked. He's covered a lot of ground and made some fine plays in center field. Oh and 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the Dodger bullpen, George Sherrill begins to loosen up. When the Dodgers come up in the 9th inning, they have Loney, Blake, and Carroll. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball, a little high, ball 2. For the Dodgers, Kershaw, Jansen, and Troncoso. That's a strike. 2 and 2. Before Chad Billingsley went to the mound last night, the last 18 starters had an earned run average of 1.8. Chad never quite had it, gave it a battle, and gave up 3 runs. It meant that when Kershaw went to the mound, the last 13 starters had allowed 20 runs and an earned run average of 1.8. Meanwhile, young Maxwell, obviously pressing, strikes out a fourth time, one away, and Ian Desmond singled off Kershaw's foot, walked, hit back to the box, sacrificed. Right. 0-1. And another strike. Waiting on deck, Ryan Zimmerman. 6 runs, 8 hits for the Nationals, 3 runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers. 1-2. You really didn't need to see a Washington Nationals win tonight to realize that they are vastly improved and getting better all the time. One and two. The veteran Livan Hernandez will be on the mound tomorrow night. He's 8-7. Excellent ERA of 3. Hiroki Kuroda will go up against Livan Hernandez. Jim Riggleman bringing his club here, trying to turn things around against the Dodgers. Two and two to Desmond. Fastball hit to the hole, base hit. So Desmond comes up with his second hit, and he's 2 for 3. Singled off Kershaw's foot, now singles to left, walked, sacrificed, hit back to the box. So Ryan Zimmerman coming up. Ryan walked, scored on Dunn's home run. Ryan singled, scored on Dunn's home run. Then he flied to left and struck out. Zimmerman hitting .301. 21 home runs, 61 runs batted in. As we mentioned earlier, the Nationals have 102 home runs. There goes the runner. A throw on a bounce, not nearly in time to get Desmond. For Desmond, he has now stolen 10 out of 13. So the Nationals have some fellas who can steal. Bernardina has stolen 8 out of 10. Desmond 10 out of 13. Adam Kennedy 12 out of 13. Nigel Morgan 29 stolen bases. Josh Willingham is 8 for 8. So they got speed. They have sock. We have seen the defense. And now what is beginning to gel is the starting rotation. One ball and no strikes. In there. 1-1. Desmond looking for a ride home. 1 out in the 9th. 6-3 Nationals. High slicing foul out of play. 1-2 the count. Matt Kemp straight away in center. The same for Ethier in right. One and two to Ryan. 61 runs batted in. They've stolen third base. Have the Nationals? They've stolen third base 7 times. So they have to keep their eye on Desmond for sure, especially with a right-hand hitter like Ryan Zimmerman. The door's kind of open. 2-2. Of course, the Nationals came here third in the league in stolen bases. And waiting, the big man, Adam Dunn. Never bigger than tonight. 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in. 1 out in the 9th. Three and 2. Torrey, Honeycutt, Mattingly, Pentland. In fact, seeing Jeff Pentland coach first tonight, Mariano Duncan came down with a bad back and was sent home. So I hope Mariano's okay. And I certainly hope Michael McGowan is all right, the trainer for the Nationals. And on strike 3, it got away, and Zimmerman could easily have taken off, but he was so disgusted with himself, he just walked away. Meanwhile, Desmond takes third. Goes after the bad ball, kicks away. Zimmerman's not going to run. So now Adam Dunn, what are the chances of them pitching to Dunn? Slim and none for Dunn. Adam Kennedy, left-hand hitter, will be come out, and he would hit for Sean Burnett. Remember, Burnett in that double switch was in Willingham's spot. So in a moment, with Sherrill down in the pen, getting ready, I would guess, for Kennedy. We have 2 down, 9th inning, 6-3 Nationals. And Dunn getting the intentional walk, and in a moment, Adam Kennedy. And here comes Joe, and I would assume he will bring in Sherrill to pitch to Kennedy. In the inning, Desmond singled, stole second, took third as Zimmerman struck out on a pitch in the dirt. They walked Dunn, and to Sherrill. We'll be back. batter. We'll see how that works out, because Adam Kennedy is hitting .333 against left-hand pitching. In 11 previous years, Kennedy never hit better than .296 against left-handers. Kennedy is hitting .262. He has 3 home runs, 21 runs batted in. So the veteran second baseman coming up to pinch hit. It was 5 years ago against Milwaukee. Adam Kennedy had an 18-pitch at-bat. It rivaled that Alex Cora had, and on ball 1, there goes Dunn to second. So second and third. Kennedy waiting, 1 ball and no strikes. Adam uppercuts the ball, so he is also a home run threat to a degree. Hit as many as 13. Hit 11 last year with the A's. From Riverside, went to Cal State Northridge. Adam Dunn at second on defensive indifference. Desmond at third, and a 2-1 count to Adam Kennedy, who had a great month of July. He hit .345 during July. 2-1. Off the plate. Kennedy grew up with a batting cage in his backyard. His dad, Tom, was a baseball coach at J.W. North High School in Riverside. They won a Southern Section title with Adam as a senior shortstop and his brother Brian, a freshman third baseman. Dad still teaches history and sociology at the school. 3-1 the count to Adam Kennedy. Signed by the Cardinals, a first-round pick in '97. Spent 7 years with the Angels. Breaking ball on the corner. 3-2. 1 year with the Cardinals, 7 with the Angels, 2 more with the Cardinals, and now the Nationals. Adam Kennedy. And a foul ball. Don't forget that 18-pitch at bat. He fouled off 13 pitches that day against Luis Vizcaíno at Milwaukee. Alex Cora of the Dodgers had the longest at bat that year in the major leagues. Fastball on the hands, little pop foul, out of play. So Kennedy might be up there for a while. Last year, Kennedy hit .241 against left-handers. Adam, 34 years old. 3-2 with first base open. Another foul ball. Well, it's only 8-pitch at bat. I mean, he hadn't even warmed up yet. Kennedy has walked 26 times and struck out 30. 3-2. Curved ball on the inside corner, and he knew it. Everything else was away, and down he goes. The last pitch, he was, well, not just the pitch, but the location. Heading for the bottom of the ninth. 6-3 Nationals. You're 6-3. Don Mattingly talking to James Loney. And in a minute, Loney will be facing Drew Storen. S-T-O-R-E-N. Drew is from Brownsburg, Indiana, went to school at Stanford, and at one time he was a bat boy for the Montreal Expos back in 2003. So Drew, 6'2", 175. He has a birthday coming up on the 11th. Storen will be pitching to Loney, Blake, and Carroll. And for Drew this year, 3-2, good ERA. Adam Kennedy is now at first base. Loney hitting .286. Fouled away. James lost a base hit, a wonderful play by Alberto Gonzalez back in the second inning. Walked and scored a run in the fourth and flied to center in the sixth. Oh and 1. Fastball and a one-hopper. Oh, what a nice pick by Desmond. Ooh. Major League short hopper for sure. One away. That thing was hit, and he just made it look easy. So again, Washington impressive tonight defensively. And with one out, Casey Blake. So Ian Desmond, good pick. And now Blake grounded out, single to left, fly to right. Casey 1 for 3, hitting .250. Ball 1. That's a foul ball off his foot. 1-1 the count. When you look at the Washington Nationals and you go to look for their closer, you don't really find one. Batista has saved a game. Clifford has saved a game. Burnett has saved one. That's it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball. 2-1. Slider at 83. Fastball, 2-2. Drew Storen's dad was a baseball broadcaster in Brownsburg. His father would always keep track of what he did the night before on an XM satellite radio sports show. 2-2. Off speed, big slow slider. Sinking fastball plus the slider, which is maybe his second best pitch. There's a curveball and a changeup, but he doesn't use the change very often. 3-2 to Casey Blake. Fastball on the hands, hit to Desmond, and we have 2 out. So on a night when the Padres stumbled, a night where the Padres, who had won 7 out of 9 from Arizona, and the Padres lost, the Giants went 11-1, and the Dodgers are 1 out from another frustrating defeat. Dodgers getting 3 runs tonight after being shut out last night. And here is Jamie Carroll. Ball 1. Carroll 0 for 2 could easily be 2 for 2, except for Ryan Zimmerman, who made a fine play on Jamie in the second and then speared his line drive in the fourth. Strike, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Ball 2, 2-1. He worked under Stanford coach Mark McHess. Mark's coached more than 50 guys at Stanford who went on to the big leagues. Fastball fouled away. It's been Lannon, Clippard, Burnett, and Storen. John Lannon a chance to pick up the victory. Kershaw, Jansen, Troncoso, and Sherrill. Kershaw would suffer the defeat. 2-2. Belliard on deck. Breaking ball, ball 3. 6 runs, 9 hits for the Nationals. 2 home runs by Adam Dunn, each with 2 men aboard. For Casey Blake and company, 3 runs, 5 hits. Ryan Theriot had 2 of the hits. And ball 4 to Jamie Carroll, who walks for the second time. So Ronnie Belliard will come up and bat for Asmus. The Dodgers use Garrett Anderson, and now they'll use Belliard.
Ronnie Belliard.
So Belliard off the bench as a pinch hitter. Belliard has a half a dozen hits, 3 runs batted in. And there goes Carroll, fouled away. 0-1. Rodriguez out to talk to Drew Storen for the moment. 0-1. Of course, any young pitcher worth his salt would listen to Rodriguez. I mean, Storen was a 10th round pick last year. And last year he pitched at Harrisburg, Potomac, and Hagerstown. This year he's pitched at Syracuse, Harrisburg, and the Nationals. There goes Carroll again on a ground ball to first. It's Adam Kennedy taking it to the bag, and that will do it for the Dodgers. No runs, no hits, a man left. Dodgers scramble and lose. And then tomorrow night they'll be looking at Levon Hernandez. Hiroki Kuroda will be on the mound. Stay tuned for Dodgers Live coming up next. Good night, everybody.